So for today, I'm using one of these cameras because that's what they use in the game Phasmophobia.
Ah! Oh my god!
I knew it. I was like, there's no way it didn't work.
Yeah, and I want to keep it, as authentic as possible. I'm also kind of stressed because what do you wear when you're going to a spooky place? Like, what do you wear when you're like ghost hunting? I don't know. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I'm more afraid of wearing the wrong thing to meet said ghost. So today we're gonna go to Alcatraz. It's gonna be spooky. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be cold. So it's gonna be fun. Look, it's my little doll. She's not haunted. I've had her since I was a little girl. Look at her. She's so cute. Actually, the main reason why I begged my parents for her is because she has similar hair to mine. Well, I straightened my hair today, but we both have very curly hair and representation matters, folks. So anyways, super excited. I'm gonna just go try on some outfits. I got a really cool Adidas tracksuit jumper thing, and I think I might wear that because I feel like that's fun. I feel like that would be the vibe. And it's also very heat conducive, so maybe that would help me too.
And then something crazy happened. Once they started lifting COVID restrictions and people started going outside, you folks chose prison. After like 18 months of lockdown, we were like, yeah, freedom, let's go to Alcatraz. Yeah, so thank you for our interest in this place, so much so that it brought it back to life. I did not think that we were going to get where we are, but we are quickly approaching the 6,000 people a day that we were doing prior to COVID. So thank you for your thirst in history. And for those of you that are out here looking for ghosts, I'm cool with you too.
Yes!
I'm glad here she is, she's looking. Typically, I don't give attention to the ghost thing, but because we're getting close to Halloween, and I'm happy to see all you guys, I'll give you a little bit, okay? And again, this did not happen to me. This did not happen to me, I did not see anything, but about 2 weeks ago, I was out over on the front of the prison by the lighthouse, and I got a call on a radio about a medical emergency in the cell house. The woman had collapsed, so I was like, oh, gotta go help. So I went to help. This woman was completely like unresponsive, scared the heck out of me, I'll be honest. Like she was being held in her friend's arms and looked like she was completely out. And she was tapping her face, speaking to her in Spanish. They were both foreign visitors. She was trying to get her friend to wake back up. There was a staff member who was sitting underneath her, behind her, and her body was laid against her. She was trying to help her out too. This woman was not responsive. And then as more staff started coming, paramedic and the gurney, and everybody started to come help, she started to slowly eyes were kind of rolling around her head a little bit. And then all of a sudden she focused real hard on something in the opposite corner of the room. Her eyes got real big. And then she started clutching onto my coworker and was trying to almost kind of move her in front of her as a shield. She was trying to get away from something, and she kept repeating something over and over and over again in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, even though I am Latin, because my grandparents refused to teach me so I wouldn't have an accent because racism. Thanks, this is California, it would have been helpful. So she's saying all this stuff in Spanish, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what she's saying, and then one of our rangers comes up who is bilingual, and as they're getting her up in the gurney and they're taking her away, I asked her, what did this woman say? What was she rattling off? She said that she kept pointing to the corner of the room and saying, that man, make that man stop looking at me. He won't stop looking at me. He wants to take my soul. Whoa, right? I saw nothing. If you experience something tonight, don't come find me. Keep that to yourself because I don't need that in my life.
At this moment, I proceeded upstairs to start the audio tour. Now, obviously, for legal reasons, I'm not going to actually share the components of said audio tour because I don't want the federal government coming after me. However, I will be giving you my rendition of the events that happened there, so here we go. I walked around, I learned a lot about the prison system and about how it's run, and about how things really haven't changed that much, and is it really truly an ethical system or not? Gave me a lot of time to ponder and think about it. I also learned that the main hall was called Broadway and they had a clock under it that was called Times Square, so I found that very humorous for a prison. And in terms of the spooks, yeah, I felt nothing, absolutely nothing except tragedy and sadness in the air. I mean, I just felt really bad for the bad actions of the people that landed them there. And not only that, but the people outside that were affected by these people's bad actions. It was just a very sad experience. It wasn't very fun, but it was very informative and it taught me a lot about, this historical part of the United States. So I highly recommend that if you're interested in Alcatraz, that you do a Google deep dive and search on it, just because I'm not going to give you any facts because I don't want to butcher them. But there was one moment where I was alone in the solitary confinement area, and right behind me stood a poster of the most famous and most notorious Alcatraz prisoners. And I was completely alone there. There was nobody there. They were about to shut down the tour because I went for the night tour. It was the last tour of the day. And I thought to myself, this is it. This is the moment where if you want to do something, you want to make your presence known, I am here and I'm waiting. And nothing happened. Yeah. So as of now, Alcatraz is officially debunked for me. I felt nothing. One experience that I did have, however, was gratitude for the national park rangers that taught me so much about this history and that just told us all these stories around a circle. It felt very reminiscent to campfire tales, and I just felt so connected as a fellow storyteller to them telling me audibly these stories and tales of the people that lived there and that passed through there. So I just want to thank them for what they do. It was a great tour, very enthusiastic, as you guys saw in that clip earlier on, and I had a great time. So if you're wondering whether or not you should visit Alcatraz, I would highly recommend that you do, but I do have to say I visited both day and night, and the night tours were a little bit spookier and got me a little bit more in the atmosphere. So if you can at all, please make sure that it's a night tour because I think you're going to get a lot more out of the experience. But either way, you're going to get something. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy Halloween. Happy Spooks Day. If you're out there chasing the spooks, then I hope you find them. And if not, then I just hope you have a cozy Sunday in and that you enjoyed this video. So I will see you next week. And thank you so much for watching.
Is a generator in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they do a cremation.